And so this video, you will see me make 3 different whole food, plant-based, healthy, nutritious, good for you desserts that are compliant with the Starch Solution. I will be making healthy ice cream. Everyone loves ice cream. Making some healthy ice cream, different varieties. I will be making these beautiful stuffed pears, roasted and baked pears. Really, really lovely, and they go super good with the ice cream. And I also will be making a brand new recipe to me, which was a bit of an experiment really, but I wanted to see if I could make a dessert with chickpeas. They are so good for us, so healthy, so full of fibre. They're wonderful for a whole food plant-based diet. So I've made a dessert with chickpeas. Don't be put off by that because it worked really well. Stay tuned and you will see just how it's done and what you can do with this dessert as well. So I have focused these recipes around fruits. Obviously, we were trying to eat a more healthy, whole plant food diet, so our desserts are clearly going to come from lots of different fruits. Fresh fruits, frozen fruits, these are your best friends when it comes to getting that nutrition as well as that nice sweet kick when you want it. Dried fruits are good as well in terms of nutrition, but when it comes to the Starch Solution and certainly the maximum weight loss Starch Solution, Dr. Mcdougall does say to really, really avoid or even cut out the dried fruits, things like dates and apricots and raisins and things like that, because of their concentrated calories. Once we've removed all of that liquid from a food, then its calorie density is going to obviously really ramp up, and it can be a problem for some people. So it's a high sugar content in those dried fruits. If you think about how many raisins you could eat compared to how many grapes you could eat, it's quite clear that you are going to eat a lot more when it comes to dried fruits. I hope you enjoy the video and stay tuned to the end and you will see exactly what I thought of my new dessert. So the first thing I want to show you is my big bag of frozen bananas. As you can see, they are still super frozen. There's probably, I don't know, maybe about 6 or 7 there. And the trick is to let your bananas really ripen till they're the point they're quite dark. The skins are really freckled and brown. Maybe they don't look too appetizing anymore, but of course that's when they are really, really sweet. And then you want to peel them and just freeze them. And of course they will last for months and months in your freezer. So it helps with food waste, but it's also really good for recipes. So we're going to use these frozen bananas today. And also these are great for when you're making pancakes or muffins and lots of different things that you can make. You've got the frozen bananas there and they are super, super sweet, and you don't have to worry about having them at the right ripeness when you are ready to make a recipe. So today we're going to make some frozen ice cream, not frozen ice cream, we're going to make some ice cream with the frozen bananas and just show you a few different varieties of ways that you can spruce it up with different fruits and make it super delicious. So let's get started. Okay, so we're going to use the NutriBullets. If you don't have a NutriBullet, I really highly recommend you get one. They are not expensive and they are so, so useful. In the UK, you can get this basic model, which is totally fine. You don't need all of the fancy ones. And I think it's like $39.99. And they even go on offer sometimes. So if you don't have one, I really recommend you get one because I use mine every single week for different recipes. And they're just so, so useful. So I've left a link below if you want to get one. So let's start by grabbing our frozen bananas. And I've left them out of the freezer for about 10-15 minutes at this point, just so that they are not completely rock hard and you can actually break them so that you can get them into the NutriBullet. To do the first kind of basic ice cream, you simply want to grab your NutriBullet, a tiny splash of plant milk. I'm using soy milk, and whiz that up. Now you'll see you might have to keep jiggling it around a bit just to get it to all get going because of the way that it's frozen, but it's worth it. Tiny little bits and go again. Okay, so this is the first lot of banana ice cream. I think I used about 1 to 2, I'm not sure. But as you can see, it literally makes the most delicious ice cream. And you can just have that as it is and it will be delicious. Or of course you can top it with various different things and add different flavours into the ice cream as you're making it. So some of my favourites are just adding extra fruit on the top, so maybe some raspberries, but also you can add things like cacao nibs, and that gives it a really nice kind of crunch as well. And these things are, if you've never bought these are pretty cool. So cacao nibs, I will leave some information about these down in the description below, but these are 100% cacao, and it's really not sweet like chocolate is because it's not that part of the bean. And they are low fat. Have some raisins, you could have strawberries, raspberries, grapes, extra frozen fruits on the top as well. That would be nice, like cherries is really good. Frozen cherries on the top of this is lovely. So that's the first way to have the nice cream. Okay, you can also make chocolate banana an ice cream as well. So let's give that a try. So we're going to add another couple of bananas, and we'll add half a tablespoon of cacao powder this time as well. Add in a little bit of the soy. Okay, absolutely delicious chocolate and banana nice cream. So good. I think this goes really well with some raspberries. And the last way I'm going to show with the banana ice cream is to make it fruity as well. So I love buying frozen fruits, obvious reasons. It's less expensive and you don't have to worry about them getting wasted if you don't eat them all in one go. So this is obviously for berry medley. I buy them separately as well, like bags of raspberries, bags of black currants and things. And I use them a lot in desserts because they are excellent. So we're going to add in these frozen berries to the NutriBullet as well. Yum, yum, yum. And you can make lots of this in advance. You could make a huge batch of it and you can just put it straight back in the freezer. This next recipe, we are going to bake some pears. This is a great dessert and it's healthy and nutritious as well. So let's start by cutting our ripe pears into halves. And you just want to remove the seeds. In a small bowl, add some oats, maple syrup, and I'm using pumpkin pie spice. If you haven't got this, cinnamon would be great. I haven't measured it, you just use the quantities that suit you. It doesn't really matter, and you just want to give that a good mix. Drizzle over a bit more maple syrup, and these are ready to go in the oven. A preheated oven at around 200 degrees Celsius. After 20 minutes, I decided to add a tiny bit of soy milk onto these pears, almost like a glaze. I just think that might help them to brown up a little bit. Okay, this next recipe is an experiment. I have never made this before, so this is a bit of a taste test. We are going to use orange extract, chickpeas, cocoa powder. If you've got cacao powder, that would be even better. That's the raw version. More soy milk and some maple syrup. So let's start by draining and rinsing the chickpeas. Okay, I want the chickpeas to be really dry, so I'm actually going to put them in a clean kitchen cloth like this and give them a little pat dry so that they are nice and dry. When you rub chickpeas like this, they will release their skins, which I'm sure is where a lot of the fibre is. So I'm not too worried. I might take some of them off and just leave some of them in. Okay, I'm now going to put these into my NutriBullets. Can I do this without spilling it everywhere? Not bad. I have got rid of quite a bit of the fibre and the skins, but I've left some in there. So to my chickpeas, I am now going to add the other ingredients. I will leave the quantities down below because I will probably mess about with the quantities to get them right as I'm making this for the first time. So just go and look at the description and you will see what quantities I used. So the idea with the chocolate orange chickpeas is to use it as a dip. So you can just grab your fruit. Let's give it a go. Banana. Oh, it's a ripe one. Try some banana. That's the best. It's actually quite rich. You really wouldn't need much of this at all, which is great. And again, same thing. I think you could just put some in like a plastic freezer container and you can just have this in your freezer ready to go. So you could make a big batch, separate out into ice cubes or little tubs like this, and either let it defrost and have it with fruit, or maybe it's even good frozen. So let's see, I'm going to throw this in the freezer now and see what happens. Okay, the pears are out of the oven. They were actually in there for 35 minutes in the end, and I think they look pretty good. Maybe longer and they would caramelize even more. And I think these would be great also with the banana ice cream we made earlier. Let's serve this up. So we're going to serve this with a scoop of the chocolate banana and a couple of raspberries. Okay, let's give this a taste test. Quite excited. Oh my God, it's so good. Oh, that pumpkin spice is so nice. Oh, that's really lovely. And I love hot desserts with ice cream or cream, obviously vegan. I just love it. I absolutely love the contrast of the hot and the cold. Delicious. You got to try this. Okay, I'm filming this much later in the day. It's dark, it's nighttime, it's 7 p.m. I've had my dinner, and this little orange chocolate chickpeas has been in the freezer for the whole afternoon. So I'm going to give this a try now as well. Now, when it came out of the freezer, it was so hard, way harder than ice cream would be. So I've had to leave it for like half an hour to be able to even get a spoon in it. So you'd have to do that. But yeah, I'm just going to give this a little try now. I think it's going to be like a kind of ice creamy type experience. It's actually good. Oh, it's really nice. It's so orangey as well. I got the, not vanilla, I got the orange essence from Waitrose. I've never bought it before, but yeah, it's really, really good. Recommend. They do all the flavours. But yeah, this is good. So try it. I know it seems weird, chickpeas and chocolate, but it works.